These are 50 of the most iconic moments in Osu history, everything ranging from the most iconic plays, memorable moments, and even memes. These are in no particular order and should be viewed equally as they're all iconic to the game's history. Anyways, let's get into it. BTMC almost dying on stream after his Raise My Sword play. This was the time period where Raise My Sword was still a relatively new map, and one that people sought out a hard rock score for. With people like Umbre and Fiery Rage putting many attempts in, it would actually be BTMC who got the first hard rock FC, and that's where this iconic clip would come from.
Oh my god!
Yeah, his heart rate reaches almost 200 BPM. That's crazy. CookieZ Masterpiece 3 mod ban. CookieZ, while being a widely recognized name and a true icon, he's gone through a lot, and one of those events was self-banning on Masterpiece 3 mod on the 11th of November 2013. He did this because he felt Osu stuff were disrespecting him, and alongside health problems, he decided to go out with a bang. Whitecat unbanned. Whitecat himself is an iconic player, and I'm sure most Osu players have heard of his name. Whether it's from his AR-11 reading and aim back in the day or his no-mod skills now, he has cemented himself into the game's history. It's just really sad how he was doubted and thought to be a cheater, even having to prove himself multiple times, staying banned for 3 whole years. Here is the famous clip where he finds out he just got unbanned.
Dude, you just got fucking unbanned!
What?
No.
What? No way.
Fucking 4 years, bro.
Du wurdest entbannt!
Was?
Karcher first FC on Yomiuri. He did it twice. Yomiuri is a map infamous for the amount of time it took for someone to FC it, and when a $3,333 bounty for an FC showed up, many rose for the challenge. Ultimately, it would be Karcher to FC it first, but unfortunately a live play was needed to claim that bounty, and he had not done one. However, leniency was granted for a second shot if he was able to get anywhere close to the score, so he did exactly that. Every 5 minutes or so. Of course, this takes immense coordination, and the Osu community has participated. Many times the Osu logo would be attacked, but the community didn't budge. They kept persevering and rebuilt it back up. A wholesome thing to see. Vaxei Tsukinami, the first 1k. Vaxei setting the world's first 1000 PP play on Tsukinami with deep truly meta. Marami, now known as Aeterna, had set an absolutely crazy score on Ascension to Heaven with DT. What sums everything amazing about this altogether though is BTMC's reaction, which led to this famous clip.
No! No! Stop! This isn't real! No! No! He's overstreaming! No!
CookieZ Blue Zenith 727 best for the first ever 700 PP play, but it doesn't stop there because he attempts it again with Hidden Hard Rock just to 2-miss it, and you guessed it, get a 727 PP play. This event was conquered by Emmerich obviously, but it shows how ahead Marami was of his time. The Roundtable 2 Emmerich comeback. The Roundtable is an Osu event hosted by the popular content creator BTMC. It consists of the best and puts them in a 1v1 tournament to see who would be victorious. In the first iteration of the Roundtable, Utami beat Emmerich. However, the Roundtable 2 was more interesting. The finals was Emmerich versus Malashevsky, the best tournament player in the world. However, Emmerich was too goated for him, and he had an amazing comeback, beating Malashevsky right after drinking some water.
To the death streams at the end of the map for Emmerich, and 200,000 score ahead of Malashevsky almost by the end of the map, and 170k to decide the winner of the Roundtable. It is Emmerich, the #1 player in the world.
CookieZ Freedom Dive Hidden Hard Rock 800 PP. One of the most iconic scores in the history of this game was CookieZ's Freedom Dive Hidden Hard Rock FC, and what was known to be the first 800 PP score in the game. A score and player that was so ahead of its time that his play still sits at #1 on the map 8 years later, and he's still a top 100 player. This moment would have been like seeing Emmerich set a 1700 PP score nowadays. Poland 2017 OWC. OWC in 2017 was crazy, especially because of Poland upsetting the US in the grand finals. They disrupted what would have been a 9-year win streak if they had not won. Whitecat reaches #1. This was iconic because after being banned, a score recognized for its impressiveness at the time as it was the Hidden Hard Rock PP record at 485 PP. It was also immensely hyped up by the community, which made the moment just that bit more special.
Shit!
Holy fuck, dude!
Cookiezi made a fire hidden double time score. Chocomints made a fire hidden double time 98.54 full combo. Without a doubt, one of the most impressive plays ever set in Osu history, but one that takes some experience to appreciate fully. In the 12 years that this map has been ranked, Chocomints' score remains the only DTFC, and there's much more to unpack about this score. If you couldn't tell, that was a play on Willy's video, and I assume that there are DTFCs now. But Cookiezi's made a fire score still goes down in history as one of the most iconic scores. Not only because of Willy's copy pasta, but the score itself is insane. BTMC FC's Can You Understand Me with a Big It. No context needed. BTMC FC'd Can You Understand Me with a Big It.
Hell yeah! Oh, I'm done!
Which eventually led to a big mess all over his keyboard and desk. r/Osu placed defense against XQC attack. Just like the Tyler 1 attack on Osu in r/place that I mentioned earlier, something similar happened again, but this time with XQC, a super giant streamer. But even after countless hours spent fighting, BTMC even speaking with XQC himself and being cold as fuck.
You are on our turf, and unless you're willing to work with us,
Anywhere I went,
we
you guys
are going to
invaded it.
stand our ground.
Because there's nothing more fragile than one Osu users and weebs, and you guys are just fragile. I don't know
Well,
what to
we're
tell you.
fragile as fuck, but for some reason you still can't take us out. What's up with that?
What-
They eventually pulled through, which really showed the significance of the Osu community, and actually a time where the community came together to show unity. Bubbleman Everything Will Freeze Hard Rock FC. Everything Will Freeze is an iconic map in Osu history, and the challenge to get the first Hard Rock FC on the map always lingered, which is when Bubbleman, the guy with this cool pink hair, FC'd it. It was a big deal and an epic moment.
Oh my god!
Frosty Boy Team Magma. To give context, Whitecat was trying to FC Team Magma, and someone named Frosty Boy was in chat and probably said something along the lines of, "You can't FC this." And that's when Whitecat lectures his chat on the importance of mindset.
I decide what I can and or can't do. It's like always those guys, like early in the chat someone said I can't FC Road of Resistance with Hard Rock, and then I just did it. Like, that's just a pussy mindset. I can do whatever I want. That's just the people who will never achieve anything, whether it be in Osu or in real life, just because of their mindset. So yeah, mindset is basically everything.
Then he absolutely humbles everyone, especially Frosty Boy, by FCing right after that spiel.
Look, that's what I'm talking about. I don't care about your shitty opinion, Frosty Boy. You're just a loser.
The Poon's Choke. A bit of an old one, but a classic, where he plays the map Operation Ground and Pound, just to choke right at the end, letting out a huge scream. It never gets old. Raruchi Image Material. Before Image Material got like 50 FCs, it was once a map that was looked at as impossible. And during that time, Raruchi would actually get an S rank, not while grinding the map on his own, but during a tournament. Pretty cool and a really iconic moment. Emmerich taking over Whitecat. On the 8th of April, a young Emmerich would take over one of the best players of all time, that being Whitecat. Looking back, Whitecat was widely regarded as the best player in the world, and one that would maintain the #1 spot for a very long time. However, due to inactivity, Emmerich would slowly work his way up and eventually reach the #1 spot. Cookiezi Comeback 2021. Cookiezi has taken breaks and come to the game numerous times, and each of those times he's been able to spark a lot of traction. But on the 26th of August 2021, his return was like no other. Massive streamers, top players, and the majority of the community were spectating him and watching a masterclass. This even caused Bancho to crash, and it seemed that the peak number of spectators this event had reached was 3,950 people. Astonishing. Zane Incident. Zane was a busted PP map with a specific pattern which allowed people like Emmerich to get PP record easily. It was a whole catastrophe, but it was quickly nerfed. The first 1300 PP play. The first 1300 PP play was iconic because of what happened during that time period. Of course, Emmerich achieved this milestone with his play on but it was due to the help of a new product, that being the Wooting keyboard. This completely changed the game forever. Raruchi Gangsta DT. Back in 2014, Gangsta played with DT was a rare sight to see, so seeing one of the most popular players at the time, Raruchi, attempted a lot of times and tons of spectators watching this unfold, it was an iconic moment. Airyu When You See It. The iconic Airyu When You See It meme was made after he got 727 on Guess Who Was Back, and I guess it was a way of referencing Cookies' Blue Zenith score.
So close. 727! 727! When you see it! When you fucking see it! 727! 727! When you fucking... Holy fuck, dude! What? What? What?
Worst Hard Rock Player Burning Star OWC 2023 Grand Finals. South Korea's performance against the US in OWC 2023 was phenomenal, and one of the best performances came from Worst Hard Rock Player when he would FC Burning Star, a map that was extremely difficult. This score blew everyone away.
I don't believe what I'm watching! What the fuck? Jesus Christ! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Cloutifer caught unironically cheating. Cloutifer was what seemed to be a promising top player, zooming through the ranks throughout 2023 and early 2024. He even reached the number 3 spot globally. But what really lied beneath slipped past us all. It was right in front of us the whole time, consistently setting high PP plays like a 2000 PP choke with him saying this.
I did not tank the ending. I did not tank the ending. I didn't tank the ending. Okay. What is that you are? Excuse me? Excuse me? What the fuck? I'm cheating. I'm literally cheating. I'm literally fucking cheating. I'm unironically cheating.
He was eventually caught using the dynamic keystroke feature by Wooting. This was one of the highest ranked cheaters we have ever seen in the game, and it showed that even if you use exploits, you can still make it to the biggest stage. If you'd like to learn more, watch this video on screen. Kush Van Man Identity Part 4 20k Retry FC. The Kush Van Man has over 20,000 retries on the map Identity Part 4, where he spent all of those attempts trying to FC with double time in Hard Rock, and that he did. An iconic accomplishment that shows his immense dedication.
Holy shit.
-GN Unforgiving Flashlight First FC. The Unforgiving is one of the longest beat maps in the game, sitting at 52 minutes and 58 seconds long. To see a Flashlight FC on the map, it would take a lot of dedication, time, and effort, but someone had to do it, and that's where -GN came in. After 90 hours of total playtime and plenty of attempts on practice stiffs, he eventually FC'd the map, the first 1500 PP play. The first 1500 PP play was special because Okolibid, the person who set it on the map Valley of the Dam, completely skipped 1400. In fact, there wouldn't be a 1400 PP play until later, but we'll talk about that soon. It was an insane play that got him auto-restricted and was the first time in over 10 years that a DT-only PP record was a thing, the last time being in 2013. Raruchi Big Black SS. OG player Raruchi SS'd the Big Black when the map was still looking for no mod FCs to fill the leaderboard. In a time where this map was looked at as hard, an SS score absolutely shocked the community at the time.
Oh.
OWC 2023 Grand Final USA Clutch. The USA's OWC roster always looked insane, in a good way, and their results backed this up, shown by them winning the last 6 OSU World Cups in a row. However, the years are starting to get rockier. In 2023, they actually got knocked into the losers bracket by South Korea in the semis, where they'd eventually find each other again in the Grand Finals. However, in true American fashion, they somehow clutched up in the bracket reset, destroying South Korea's hopes of winning that year. It was really hyped to watch live. Watercolor incident. Just like the Zane incident, Watercolor was also a busted PP map, except the 2014 version. At the time, the PP record was Raruchi's 517 PP play on remote control, but this would change shortly. Watercolor gave many players a ton of PP. Hidden Hard Rock players were even able to farm this map, getting 500s, and then Sayonara Bai, the rank 1 player at the time, got a choke on this map worth 784 PP, basically Zane 2.0. The Fia incident. Fia was an OSU cheater who got caught using a replay editor not only in their own time, but also during an OWC match. They were called out by Chaconi, but people got mad at him for some reason, and when it was found out that they they were cheating, the Chinese team actually got disqualified and a whole lot more drama went down. But this was the only time in history where someone was retroactively cheating in an official Osu World Cup and thought they could get away with it. Emmerich Team Magma 3 Mod SS. Emmerich's Team Magma 3 Mod SS is an iconic score, not only because it was PP record for a period of time, but the sheer skill it takes to achieve a score of that magnitude and snipe Whitecat's already impressive score that people thought was a permanent #1. It showed the community Emmerich's insane potential in the early years of his dominance. Idke taking #1. The iconic Idke clip of him saying,
Cry thunder! Give me that #1 right now! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
Angelsim Euphoria God Mode. Angelsim was one of the best mouse players in the world back in the day, and before the popular map Euphoria was ranked, Angelsim would try have a crack at it, and it led to one of the most iconic plays as he would get a 7-miss run with almost 99% accuracy. Keep in mind this was 7 years ago, and even in 2024 there are only 6 FCs. It shows how far ahead he was of his time. Angelsim reaching #1. Angelsim getting #1 will always be iconic, as he was one of the few mouse players that ever reached that milestone in the entire history of the game. It gave hope to mouse players and showed that mouse can be on par with tablet. Kalanlu easy halftime flashlight on Because Maybe Part 3, 1254 PP record. This one is unique because it showed a flaw in the PP system and that length bonus plus flashlight was extremely abusable, and it still is. But a PP record using easy, halftime and flashlight is crazy considering the memorization required and the amount of skill to not fall asleep playing this 23-minute long map. It's unbelievable. Matthew achieving #1. Matthew reaching #1 is iconic for the wrong reasons. While he was really good, he would actually get a lot of unnecessary hate, and that's basically how his days at #1 were spent. A bunch of haters calling him a farmer, which is stupid, but it was still really impressive that he got to #1 while having to deal with a bunch of idiots. The first 1400 PP play. The first 1400 PP play was set by Emmerich on Rat Race 3 mod. This was special mainly because it was set a little under 4 months after the first 1500 PP play. That's crazy.
Holy fuck! 1400! 1400! 1400! 1400! 1400!
Rufus Necrophantasia #1 and 800 PP. Rufus getting #1 alongside an 800 PP play on Necrophantasia will never not be iconic. In an era of extremely competitive players like Vaxe, Cookiezi, Matthew, and others all fighting for the #1 spot, it was crazy how he jumped from rank 3 straight to rank 1.
Yes! 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 You pity we goat! Yes! Fucking did it! Oh.
Ryuke out of context clips. No context needed. These are some of the most iconic Ryan Kwan memes and clips.
Dude, I feel like Anderson right now. Infinite stamina.
What? Oh my god, it's a stop sign! Finding Nemo, goldfish, Dory! National Geographic! God damn it! What about your opinion on dragging?
What do you mean I drag? What's wrong with dragging?
I mean dragging these nuts across your face!
The first 1700 PP play. The first 1700 PP play was absolutely crazy. It was set by a Kolibid where he got a sidetrack day hidden double time FC. At the time he skipped 1400 and 1600 PP. People will argue it's overweighted, yet people still glaze a Turner hoping he would FC it one day. The double standards in this community is crazy. Rufus Windows Update Kurva. A Windows update popped up while Rufus was playing a map, which created this iconic meme.
So! Windows Kurva update.
US vs China 2015 OWC tiebreaker. Before the US became the most dominant nation in the Osu Standard World Cups, in 2015 it went to a tiebreaker on the map Furioso Melodia. You just had to be there. I mean, I wasn't, but it was an iconic moment and a huge upset for the Chinese fans. Insane match though. A Kolibid reaching #1. A Kolibid reaching #1 and dethroning Emmerich after he held that position for 1200 consecutive days was an insane spectacle. It showed that there was competition. Even if now Emmerich is furthering the gap, it was still a huge milestone that no one else can say they've achieved yet. Those were 50 iconic moments in Osu history. If you enjoyed this video, you will 100% enjoy my others. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.